Okay, well, I have to beg to differ with you. Differ, differ, differ. Is a deck of cards boring? No. There's a multitude of games you can play with cards, including throw them at people. Chess, is it boring? No, because there's every game's going to be different, hopefully. It doesn't usually turn out that way if you're playing the same person. You see, games, it's ridiculous to think that because this Borderlands isn't the newest of this, what the plethora of add-ons and new games. Okay, this Game of the Year edition took all the work out of the game for me, but it's still my preferred version of the game. If you design your games yourself and quit picking up weapons, don't make the empty chest of depression affect you by ignoring it, and it is no longer part of the game. Then you control the environment, you control the game, you decide how you're going to play it. Just like a deck of cards, there's a lot of games you can play with a deck of cards, okay? And it's the same thing with Borderlands. I find endless fun coming up with crazy ways to play the game, and the more I learn everything about the game and the exploits and everything that they can't stop, basically, because of the way the game is designed, it allows me to have fun every time I play. I'm still creating new characters after what, 12 years? Yeah, it's fuck, man. A deck of cards isn't boring if you control the games and you want to play this today and this tomorrow and that the next day. It's still the same game. If you always lost, you would not want to play. If you never won, you wouldn't. Why play if you never win? If you're learning to play chess, sooner or later you're going to win your first game if you're playing with people that are on your level. But you see, psychologically, with these guys, they put these chests here. You know there's not going to be anything there, so don't check it. The fight, you can't even have an urge. For me, they don't even exist. Chests do not exist except for those places where they exist for me. Simple as that. And then Borderlands becomes a deck of cards and not an old stale game. That's how I look at all gaming, really. Call of Duty, like Borderlands 2, they did make a few things better, and then Borderlands 3, they started jumping the shark and etc. And now it's become, okay, enough is enough. Are we gonna have Borderlands 25 like Call of Duty, or are they gonna start calling it something other than Borderlands? World at Borderlands. WW Borderlands. Call of Duty, same game. Every other game sucks. They're all exactly the same. And the majority of people want to play a game, but there's no missions to play. It's just a kiosk to go online and fucking shoot other people. And I grew out of that after about 2 years of playing. I found where I sat in the scheme of things. I was absolutely satisfied with it and decided, okay, yeah, that's not fun. Because it started being flooded with people. Instead of coming to play the game legit, they started cheating and basically making the whole environment mentally destructive for everyone trying to play. Coming in and running up and killing your own people And so after Call of Duty 3, I kind of said, okay, that's it. When I went to Call of Duty 4, I was like, okay, this is really changing into something different. And the whole knife fight in a closet kind of feel, that everything's all running through rooms and, oh, there's a guy right there. And, that's not, for me, that's not fun. Did you know that in the Vietnam War, that enemies killed by small arms fire, 243s, basically the M16, was 24,000 rounds per enemy kill. Can you imagine a game of Call of Duty where you had to fire 24,000 rounds at the bad guys over here to kill one of them? You wouldn't play that game for real long, would you? You see, they can't replicate the excitement and the adrenaline rush of being in combat, and so they try to do it through other means, and all they did was ruin the game. I can remember playing with 20 guys, every one of them were military. On PlayStation 2. God, that was so long ago. On PlayStation 2. God, what was that game? I can't remember that game. It kind of came and went. But it was different. It was actual, it was a simulator for combat vets to go and exercise your skills and have fun, and then it just morphed into something just horrible. And now here we are 25 of them later, like John Madden. How much can you improve it? Well, you can't. You just make people think you improved it. You take all the menus and you put them in a bag and you shake it up and you just go, okay, look, there's our new game. They'll have to figure the menus out again. See, if the menus were all identical in every game and worked the same way in every game, you'd feel like you just bought an expansion pack instead of another game, because that's exactly what you fucking bought. Anyway. Yeah, chests do not exist for me in Borderlands. I haven't checked them for years. I don't bother, because I know where the chests are that I want to check, and then I'll put on my find 2% rare item thing, and I'll go and farm there for a while, and I'll find that one gun after about 20 minutes, 25 minutes of farming. I'll find that one gun that's just badass that makes it all worth it, and then I'll go and play a game with just that gun. Now, another thing that I like to do is, by exploiting the game, see, I'm not even halfway through the second playthrough, and I'm a level 53. That means that when I started the game in Firestone, I was a level 35. That allowed me to play all through the missions fast like that. No wasted time, nothing. Go and get all the 2 storage kits at Jacob's Cove, the 2 storage kits over at Tatar Station. And then I come back to the second playthrough and just go through it as fast as I can. No side missions being done whatsoever. When you're done, that's the 3rd level of the game that people don't play. That is the 3rd level of the game. So now when you go back to Firestone as a level 65 or a level 61, a level 62, every enemy there is going to be a level 63. If you're a 62, every one of them are going to be the big guys. They're going to be elementals. They're going to be varying in types. Everybody's going to be a badass. The game absolutely steps up a whole notch. And it's like a 3rd playthrough. And now you have all these missions to play from all the areas where it's a challenge. Even with, because now by now you've maxed out your guns pretty good. They're very effective. The trouble is that, you know, that they've maxed out too. So give that a try. It's that 3rd playthrough that's fun. That's when they're hard and the game really does step up. It really does.